Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Soulful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to go over the 9th inning showdown. This is going to be an in-depth tutorial going through every mini-mission, going through the showdowns. That is going to be Vita Blue in the first mini showdown that you're going to see right here, and then there's going to be a Craig Kimbrell in this showdown. I actually recommend probably skipping it. We'll talk about it when we get there, as well as the final showdown, which will feature the 9th inning boss, Lee Jansen, that he's the right-handed closing pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers. At one point in time, he's absolutely dominant as a closing pitcher. He's had a pretty decent year this year, but he had some ups and downs after his dominance in 2016, 2017. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to get into the draft. I'm going to give you an initial draft and who I would pick in the first couple rounds that you're going to see is going to be the same in every time you enter into this draft in case you don't complete it the first time. The entry fee is 500 stubs. Along the path, you make way more than 500 stubs. I think you only have to beat the Vita Blue in the first showdown to get your stub entry back. As I will mention that this will probably be, the initial draft will probably be a little bit different than the final team I have when we get to the final showdown based on adding players, as well as I normally do this showdown once or twice, sometimes 3 times to see if any of the missions change, as well as the rewards are pretty good. That's why these showdowns don't come out like 2 hours right after I release the How to Get the Program Stars quickly, because I want to make sure that I give you this in-depth analysis of how to do the showdown and make sure that you guys can get all the mini missions done, because I know some of you are not the best players, and I understand that everyone's at different levels, and I make the channel for everyone, and I want to make sure that you can get all those mini missions done, get the showdowns done, and know who you're facing, know what you're going into, so you can set your lineups properly, and you just kind of have a general idea of what you're going to see when you're going through this showdown. I hope the video helps you guys out to complete this 9th inning showdown and get it done the first time, give you those 70 program stars. Before we get into that though, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you know whenever I'm uploading more videos, as well as don't forget to comment and share this video with your friends. That way you can continue to grow the channel. I appreciate all the support you guys have given me so far. Let's get into it. So we're going to start the initial draft here, give away my 500 stubs. So what you're going to see in this initial draft is you're going to see these 3 cards. You're going to see Honus Wagner, Lee Jansen, and then a Jimmy Fox. And then there's going to be a 4th card here, unless it's Mickey Mantle, which it won't be because he's not on the Pirates, Athletics, or Dodgers. Don't pick this card. Always pick the Jimmy Fox in my personal opinion. The Honus Wagner is actually very good too, but I think Jimmy Fox has a better swing. He has more potential for home runs, which home runs are going to be big in showdowns and whatnot, and driving in runs. The Honus Wagner is useful though with the 95 speed, so it's really your choice. I say Jimmy Fox over Honus Wagner every time. Just my personal preference. If you like the Honus Wagner over Jimmy Fox, that's fine. Don't get Lee Jansen. It's between Jimmy Fox and Honus Wagner. In the next round here, you're going to have the option of getting Vita Blue, Craig Kimbrell, essentially the henchman, and then Steve Finley. You're always going to pick Steve Finley here. This card's going to be somebody that's a low diamond as well. Finley's always, I think, going to be a better option than them. Finley has a pretty glitchy swing in this game. In the next round, it's going to be a gold round. And I think you're going to see this Frank Thomas on a pretty regular basis because he's part of the Oakland Athletics. In this round, he is the best player out of these 4, so you're going to go Frank the Tank here. Then in this round, it's a little bit up in the air, right? So you got none of the guys are great hitters. I would go personally with Jackie Robinson because the 95 speed is going to allow you to use him later on as a pinch runner because he probably won't make your final showdown team. So I'm going to go with the rookie Jackie Robinson here. These other 3 cards aren't great hitters versus righties, and you know that the final showdown boss is a righty. This Montero for St. Louis, third baseman prospect, has decent hitting, but I don't like his swing and he's slow as dirt, so we're going to go with Jackie. The next round is these guys. I think Matt Olson has the best swing out of all the cards, but Adam Duvall has a good swing. He's an outfielder. He has 75 speed, so you can use him to run the bases a little bit. And he has great power versus righties. Right now, it's actually better than Matt Olson's with a little bit higher contact, although you do get a righty on righty instead of a righty on lefty. Laureano is actually a surprise pick because he plays above his attributes. This Andrew Jones, just throw that one out the window. We're going to go with Adam Duvall. Then the next one, whenever you see a relief pitcher in these drafts, you pick them up. You have to pick them up in this silver round, or relief pitcher, starting pitcher. You have to get them. They are important for the mini mission. So we're going to go with Shane Green here, pick him up as a relief pitcher. I didn't even look at the other things. In this one, you're going to want to get a starting pitcher, so we're going to go with either Italian or Mike Minor. I'm going to pick Mike Minor. He's a little bit better nines than the other 2 guys. If you were going to pick hitters here, Josh Bell and Sean Murphy are both pretty good. I picked Bell over Murphy, but we're going to go with Mike Minor because you need a starting pitcher. Then for this, we're going to go with Oppo Taco. That means every time a pitch is on the outside, you're going to get a boost. Heart Attack is great for the showdown itself. However, you're not always losing in these games, so you're not going to get a boost. And then why do Lifeline, even though you get a significant contact boost, guys have to be in scoring position. So we're just going to go with Oppo Taco. You want something for these diamond perks that's going to give you an advantage every at-bat you have, because that's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck, right? So we're going to go with Oppo Taco here. Then for these bronze ones, I guess Oppo Taco is the best option again. However, if you ever see the one that's for down the middle, that gives you the boost for being down the middle, always pick that one in lower silver or bronze boosts, because I think they are the best boosts to have, because you're always going to get some sort of contact boost down the middle. Obviously for Oppo Taco, for this one, you have to have runners in scoring position. Make sure when you start the showdown that you are going to equip your boosts. And as you will see, this one will probably be a little bit different than the one that I go over, but I promise you the mini missions will be explained if any of them change or not. I'm doing the draft, going to go through this one time, going to come back and at least do it a second time before I go over each mini mission to make sure that I have them all locked down about what pitcher you're facing, what batter's up to bat, how you should go about playing the mission so you get that in-depth analysis that you guys are really looking for. So this time around, I start with California. Who knows what I'll start with the next time, but we'll get into it. Looking at the squad here, make sure that you have all your players in, like Frank Thomas right here. Obviously, he's a first baseman, so we're going to move Jimmy Fox, who has an alternate positions of third base. Put Frank Thomas in here. Make sure Frank Thomas is at the top half of the lineup here. Just make sure all your players are in, because if you draft guys, you want to draft them for hitting, but sometimes you're going to double draft, right? The guys in that have similar primary positions, the computer won't just put them in. Make sure your pitchers are also in the closer in the first starting pitcher slot as well before you go into these mini missions. You aren't like, why did I just pitch with a common when I drafted a silver pitcher in relief or even as a starter? Guys, like I said, I'm going to knock out these mini missions, go over it, get you guys the lowdown about what to do, and then give you that in-depth tutorial video that I've done for all the other showdowns. All right, so after going over the initial draft, I came through and played all of these missions right here, and this is my second playthrough for this. As you guys will see, the initial draft that I had isn't the same as this. I just want to play through and see if any of the missions had changed at all. They don't seem to change too much in order. These are the first 5. This is always the 5th mission. And then it's these 5, and they can be in a slightly different order. I would recommend skipping this showdown versus Craig Kimbrell, and I will explain why whenever we get there. But let's go over each one of these mini missions individually, as well as the showdowns, and how I would approach each one of them, who you're going to face when you're pitching, who you're going to face when you're hitting, and for the pitchers, their card will pop up on the screen so you know kind of what you're looking at, what their overall is. If they're left or right-handed, I will also mention that, as I always do. So this first mini mission, I had the Amazing A's, and essentially it's based off of Jimmy Fox. With a 1-run lead in the bottom of the 9th, you're going to take your closing pitcher. That's why I mentioned picking a closing pitcher or a relief pitcher in that silver round in the initial draft. Is you're going to face Ricky Henderson, Jimmy Fox, and Matt Chapman. I don't know who the 4th hitter is. I'm sure it's probably like Matt Olson or somebody like that. And you just have to get the win in this game. Don't blow the save. That's essentially the mission. It's on rookie for one final showdown run. Super easy mission. The next mini mission I had is California. Essentially, this is a play on words on the fact that Lee Jansen pitches in Los Angeles, which is in California. And this was based off of his season in 2017 when he led all of baseball with 41 saves. And you just have to score a run against Lee Jansen in the 9th inning to blow his save. You're going to start off with your leadoff hitter, and you're facing a Signature Series Lee Jansen card. One final showdown run on rookie. He seems to just seam the ball right down the middle. Not too bad of a mission. The next one is Hammer and Hans. This is based off of Honus Wagner when he hit for the cycle, and you have to tally 4 hits and 2 extra base hits in 3 innings without giving up 2 runs. It's on rookie difficulty. You're going to be facing the 70 overall Trevor Williams. He's a right-handed pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. His primary pitch is a sinker, so he is a sinker baller. I would say that out of all of these early on mini missions, that this one is the hardest one out of these first 5, but these first 5 are super easy. Once again, it's on rookie, one final showdown run. Knock this one out. Not too bad. You're going to start with your leadoff hitter, but it's obviously 3 innings, so you'll probably get through your lineup if you got to take all 3 innings. The next mini mission I had is Double X. based off of Jimmy Fox. In 2 innings, you have to total 4 base hits. You're facing the prospect James Caprillion. I think that's how you say his name. As you guys seen, his card just popped up. He's an 80 overall gold prospect card. He doesn't have too much crazy stuff. I only got through 2 batters. I hit a home run with Dalton Varsho on this run is my second batter, and that was 4 total bases. Definitely not a bad mission on rookie. Another 1 final showdown run. Then the next mini mission is Blue Blazer, which has to do with Vita Blue, and you have to get 2 total bases in 1 inning without striking out. So the first time I did this showdown run, Vita Blue was not bad, super easy. Just got a double or 2 singles. I got 2 singles. And my first batters in the first inning. If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's a quick mission. This time around, my dog needed to go outside, so I literally was loading into the game and didn't pause it. I came back and I was like, I failed the mission. What are you talking about? I thought I paused it. I didn't. So that's why I failed this one. I don't think it's that bad. It's the first mission, though, that's on veteran. 1 final showdown run. If you don't get it, though, it's not that big of a deal. It does give you a little bit of a warm-up before you have to play the first showdown, which is against Vita Blue on veteran difficulty. And you're going to have to face him with 2 runners on base. It's your 8th and 9th hitter, so your 8th batter and your pitcher. On 2nd and 3rd, you have to score 3 runs with 8 outs. So it's not that bad of a showdown. Vita Blue does throw the ball very hard. He does like to throw the ball high, so be a little bit patient. His changeup and his slider have a big change of speed compared to his fastball. So sit high on the fastball, drive the fastball. The Oakland Athletics, that Coliseum is huge. The field is just gigantic. It's double city. Also, if you need to have some speedy guys in your lineup, use that steal glitch that I've talked about before. If you need help with that, comment down below. I'll try to explain it to you a little bit better. Once you've beat the showdown with Vita Blue, you're going to move on to this mini mission, which is Dirty Craig, based off of Craig Kimbrell. And it's his Rookie of the Year card. He led the National League with 46 saves. And you just have to score 1 run against Kimbrell. It's much like the Jansen mission you did earlier. You're going to start off with your leadoff guy. And I think this is a little bit more difficult because I think the Braves defense is a little bit better than the Dodgers defense is. Plus, it's on veteran, so the defense makes a little bit better plays than on rookie. I just did not get a run against Kimbrell. Like, I got a base hit. I got him into 3rd with 2 outs, and then I hit a line drive, got caught. The first time I did this, I beat the Kimbrell mission, so it's really not that bad of a mini mission. Also, on this second half of the showdown, this is when you start to get 2 final showdown runs for every single mini mission. This mini mission is called The Wizard. It's based off of Steve Finley when he won his 3rd of 5 gold gloves in 2000. You have to put your defense on display by not allowing 1 hit in the inning. So you don't have to throw a perfect inning, you just can't let up a hit. You can walk a guy, you can do other stuff. Essentially, the batters you're facing is Alec Thomas, the Future Stars 94 overall, center fielder for the Arizona Diamondbacks. The face of the franchise, Matt Williams, and then the Steve Finley card. I don't think either of them are great hitters. I got all 3 of them out. This is also one of the reasons why I had told you to pick a relief pitcher, because you actually have to pitch 3 times with a relief pitcher. So it's actually very important to pick up that card as a silver and hopefully get a good one. Then the next one is the Flying Dutchman. For another 2 final showdown runs on veteran difficulty, you have to tally 5 total base hits in 2 innings. This time around, you're facing 75 overall Joe Musgrove, which is a starting pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I don't think it's that bad of a mission. Musgrove literally just throws 93, 94 mile per hour fastballs like right down the middle. It's kind of nice, actually. Not a bad mission at all. The next one is Jimmy the Beast Fox. You have to tally 2 runs in 2 innings without giving up a run. This time around, you're facing Sean Manaea, the 78 overall left-handed starting pitcher for the Oakland Athletics. Another guy that does not throw too hard. It's on veteran. Just wait for your pitches. The Coliseum is a big stadium. Don't be too aggressive when running the base pass, but know that you can get easy doubles and triples depending where you hit it in the ballpark. The final mini mission is Immaculate Ken. And I think this is the hardest mini mission because you have to throw a perfect inning against the Dodgers. And the guys you're facing is the Mike Piazza, the 91 overall that's from the collections. Maybe he's 92 overall, but either way, low 90s Piazza. Then the Duke Snyder Signature Series, and then the Hanley Ramirez when he was a boss. So you have to face a pretty decent lineup early on, and more than likely you're going to have a starting pitcher that's right-handed, and Duke Snyder obviously rakes against righties. I did obviously complete this one this time around. The first time around I did not. Then you can take this option of playing Craig Kimbrell Showdown. It does have good rewards within the Showdown, as in you get 2 diamond batters, 2 diamond perks. I recommend skipping this if you have a good score, to be honest. If you don't need the extra diamond hitters, why risk it? Kimbrell's not super hard to hit, but you have to score 4 runs with 11 outs and a man on second base. I did do this on the first run and realized it just wasn't advantageous. It didn't really add to my lineup anymore to make it any easier. That first run, I was at a 13 to 15. The only mission I didn't pass was the Immaculate Ken mission. So, like, why would I even risk having, after doing all that stuff in the time I invested, to be at like 12 to 15 for this run or 13 to 15? We only got to score a couple runs with 20 outs against the final boss, Lee Jansen, and risk it against Craig Kimbrell for some diamond players. Yeah, you do get a 10-pack bundle for the show packs, but at this point in the game, do you really need to risk everything for a 10-pack bundle? Like, if you're just doing this afterwards and you're not trying to get the program stars, I can see playing the Craig Kimbrell just to get those packs, because that is advantageous. There's a lot of great rewards as part of doing the showdown and all of the steps. The final showdown against Lee Jansen on veteran, it's going to be whatever your score is. In this case, it's 12 to 15. You get 20 outs. So I got to score 4 runs and 20 outs. It's really not that bad. It is a Cincher Series Lee Jansen, so he does have obviously great hits per 9. He's one of the bosses for this inning program, but I don't think he's that hard to hit. You just got to focus and wait for pitches that are up in the zone. Don't try to chase anything. Remember that he does throw a slider and cutter that are going to have about the same movement, and they're definitely different in speed. Let's look at my squad and what it's looking like right now. So for my squad, I went with a little bit of speed here. Got this Lou Brock, got him hitting leadoff. That way if he gets on base, he can steal a couple bases, get me a quick, easy run early on. Got Steve Finley, as I mentioned in the initial draft. You want to pick him up. Adam Duvall. Then we have Jimmy Fox. As I told you guys, pick up Jimmy Fox. I think he's the best hitter out of the 2 boss options that you have. I think he's better than Honus Wagner, in my personal opinion. Honus Wagner does have wheels, and I love Honus Wagner. I'm a Pirates fan, so I don't think he's a bad pickup, but I think Jimmy Fox is better. I got Kike Hernandez this time around, so if you see him, he has great hitting attributes, especially if you can get him a little bit earlier on and you face Vita Blue. But I got him after Vita Blue, so I didn't really face too many lefties afterwards. But either way, he still has good hitting attributes, has a very good swing. Then I have this O'Neal Cruz. He has a lot of power for a 6'7" frame. I believe he's the biggest shortstop in all of baseball still. Then Ozzie Albies, I told you guys in the initial draft to pick him up if you see him as an option. Then Dalton Varsho, he's the catcher prospect. I really love his swing. Then on the bench, I have Andrew McCutchen, another speedster type guy that you can use for pinch running. Love Justin Turner's swing. Max Muncy, Josh Bell, and Chris Taylor. So it's not too bad. As for my pitchers, which are not the same that we got in our draft whenever I went over the initial draft, but it's John Berea, and then Chris Archer is the starting pitcher. So it's not the exact same starting pitchers that we got, but you want to get a starting pitcher in that silver round. You want to get a closer or a relief pitcher, as a Berea is in the silver round as well, just to make sure you have the pitcher so you're not over here trying to wheel and deal with bronzies and commons. It just would not be a good time for you. So that's pretty much what the lineup's looking like. I think that this showdown wasn't that bad. I think a lot of the missions are pretty easy. If you need any help with it, comment down below. Don't be afraid to do that. I will be more than happy to help you guys out. I hope this video helps you guys. I hope it gets you those 70 program stars as quickly as possible. Don't forget to comment, like, and share this video. You guys have a great day and be safe.